What's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Mikey. This series that I am bringing you now, why you see Jalen Hurts on your screen, is an online connected franchise league for Madden 25. I am a part of the RDFL league. It's a Discord league, pretty popular community right now. So shout out to all my RDFL members and everything like that. I am going to be the team owner of the Philadelphia Eagles, who happen to be my favorite team in real life. So I am super stoked and excited about that. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to make this first video as a team introduction video. Um, Obviously, you guys saw Jalen Hurts there. So real quick update, obviously, because you're gonna see it in the gameplay. I am not a this is not a comp style league, so I won't play like K Mac, Henry, or any of those guys, even if I could. Honestly, I probably can't. They're legends of Madden or whatever. But this is a sim style Madden league. Its tagline as the most realistic football dynasty league in Madden, which is a pretty cool thing. So the sliders will be adjusted. The rules are there for us to follow and everything like that. So that's one thing you guys will come to notice while watching is that I'm not doing a whole bunch of adjustments. I'm playing within the rules here and just bringing a realistic setting. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Looking at the offense here, obviously we have the man Jay Hurts at QB1, the big time signing new addition Saquon Barkley at running back. We have the stud wide receivers AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Paris Campbell as 1, 2, and 3. Campbell need to hold on to that spot because we did draft Anaya Smith. There's the O line there, which is always ranked in the top like 5 when it comes to Pro Football Focus. Albert O is a very big like addition for me only because I do like to have a younger, tight end in this spot. Dallas Goedert's getting up there in age. Um, Even though tight ends age like fine wine, apparently, Axe, Travis Kelsey, and George Kittle, those guys could probably go until they're 40. And then we have like this gadget, Johnny Wilson. I call him a gadget because normally a gadget player is like small, twitchy guy who could play running back, wide receiver. I call him a gadget because he's 6'7", right? And he doesn't weigh like low like a wide receiver. He's 230 pounds. So I guess a goal for me is hopefully I could they probably won't accept it, but hopefully I can move him over to tight end because he looks like a tight end, especially in this game. And if he could go to tight end, that would be the Dallas Goedert replacement of the future. Looking at the defense, we are definitely missing identity. Obviously, Big Fletch is gone, but we still have the man himself, Darius Slay, who I am certain he has his captain's tag still. Yes, he does. He is a captain. So that's a pretty big thing there. He's going to be hopefully a pretty good mentor for the young Eagles cornerbacks that we drafted in round 1 and 2. Obviously, you see him over there. That's Quinyon Mitchell. His jersey number is horrendous in this game and in real life. I do not like 30 or 33 for Cooper DeJean, but we got Coop in the second round from Iowa. He was a definite steal in the draft. And obviously, I don't see him up here, but we also have Keely Ringo, so our young core for corners is there. JC at right end right now. Hopefully, he's the big Fletch replacement we need. JD, who is the big nose tackle. I got a lot of developing to do with JD. This is definitely a contract year for him. So hopefully he can definitely break out. Milton Williams, same with him. Also a pretty big contract year for him. And he got some big shoes to fill with BG wanting to leave. Hopefully he could get a contract. Josh Sweat kept him over Hassan Reddick. Jets are not liking that right now. However, we have Nolan Smith. I'm a pretty big fan of Nolan Smith. One of the main goals for me on this channel is to get him upgraded and developed to be our edge rusher of the future. another Georgia boy in Kobe Dean at middle linebacker too. And I mean, Devin White, who had a pretty big down year with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to the point where he did get benched. So he's coming over to Philly to bring that grit that we need, and hopefully he could like revise his career. Here, I said his. Hopefully he can like revive his career here in Philly, which would be a pretty big thing for us. He is on a contract year though. So that is something to watch out for. He's 26 years old, going to be 27 by the time he signs a new deal. So there you go. That's Devin White. And then we have the Hassan Reddick replacement, which is a huge task to do. Bryce Huff coming over from the Jets. Gotta definitely upgrade him too. He's a 78 overall, pretty low. Brandon Graham, Philadelphia Eagle, great. Probably the last year of his career, and I am happy to have the team. Wow, this is his last year. Sidney Brown is strong safety one. He got injured last year, tore his ACL, but I'm just happy he's back. Caden Stearns coming over from the Broncos, and Tristan McCullum by way of Sam Houston University. Free safeties, we got Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, who left last year, was a part of the Detroit Lions. Now he's back in Philadelphia, so I'm happy to see him back. One of my favorite Philadelphia Eagle personalities. James Bradbury, free safety 2, making that switch from corner. And then Reed Blankenship at free safety number 3. So the free safety area is pretty solid for us. Here is the specialist teams. We have Jake the Make and Brandon Mann as both kicker and punter. Landon Dickerson is the long snapper. Jake is kick after score. And then I put Isaiah Rogers as both kick returner and punt returner because I want him to have a role on this team. And as of right now, with the young talent emerging and everything like that, he really wouldn't, because my whole thing is to develop those guys. And I can't do that if he's in the starting lineup. Um, so I'm thinking he's going to be cornerback 4, but we'll go from there. And obviously, we're going to take a look at the, expiring contracts this year. I don't know if they had that last year, but where it says weakest position grades, it actually shows you what contracts are expiring. So we have 1 center, we have 4 linebacker, 1 strong safety, which is Caden Stearns, and then some edge rushers on that left side of the field have contracts expiring. But obviously, you see Josh Sweat is up here. His re-sign interest level is max, which is perfect for us. The problem is I kind of don't know if we need to re-sign him if I want to progress Nolan Smith. I do need to trade for another edge rusher, though, in case Nolan doesn't work out. But obviously, we got Sweat and Kenny Gainwell. Both of them, I'm pretty sure, were a part of the same draft class for the Eagles. Kenny going in the 3rd, Sweat going in the 5th. Kenny Gainwell, another expiring contract, asking for 7. Mekhi Becton Sr. coming over from the Jets. It used to be left tackle. Now he's right guard in game and IRL for the Philadelphia Eagles. Contract year for him. Hopefully he can stay healthy. I would not mind re-signing him to be our guard of the future. Devin White, same thing as Mekhi Becton, coming over from a different team. Obviously, I just told you when we looked at the defense, he's coming over from Tampa Bay, got benched there, and now he's looking to, get his career back on track. If he plays great, I wouldn't mind giving him a contract also. Now here's things where things get tough. Paris Campbell is wide receiver 3. Um, he's asking for 10 million for over 2 years. That might be doable, but honestly, I feel like we can develop or draft or sign a different wide receiver 3. So that's going to be a tough decision there. Isaiah Rogers Sr., honestly, for all cornerbacks, I might not re-sign any of them. Like, if you look at the cornerback room, it is loaded right now with people. And I have a lot of young talent in that area, so I might not re-sign them because of that, to save some space for the younger talent on the roster. So, I mean, if he shows out completely, then yeah, he got himself a contract. Milton Williams, the edge rusher. Yeah, pretty much again, max interest. He just needs to play great. If he plays great, like I said, I have zero problems with giving him a contract. Zero problems. Avante Maddox, pretty much the exact same as Isaiah Rogers. Just a lot of cornerbacks there. I really don't know if re-signing cornerbacks will be a good option, especially with them developing. Caden Stearns, a completely different story. And I know people are going to be like, he's a 70 overall compared to the 79 and 76. Yeah, but he's 24 years old. The negative things, he did go to Texas. I went to OU. Screw the hook'em. But he has decent zone coverage, decent speed. If we can develop him, I wouldn't mind him playing like on our roster. I think he's a great player in real life and in the game. He just needs to stay healthy. Tyler Hall, Tyrion Davis Price, Julian Okora. I'm not saying your last name, but Marion, Matt Hennessy, Zach McPherson. I really don't need to say it again, but he's another corner. Like, yeah. Zach Bond has a pretty interesting spot. He's a 69 overall, yeah, but he's a part of the middle linebacker room, so he could be playing for a potential spot for sure, or a potential contract. Albert O is a person I'm personally excited about, though. If he is able to show up and show out, I'm thinking maybe 300 yards, 500 yards, he will then get a contract from me. Terrell Lewis or Terrell Lewis, Patrick Johnson, some edge rushers there. Nick Gates, again, he was a part of that like Jason Kelsey replacement thing or those three centers with Dylan McMahon and Cam Jurgens, but he's 28, so probably he's not going to get a contract from me. Perry Nickerson, he's a cornerback. Need I say more? Probably not. Josh Jobs, again, corner. Need I say more? Probably not. Oren Burks, same thing as Zach Bond. If he's able to perform, he's a part of a very weak room. He probably will be able to get a contract out of us for sure. It's completely up to him and how he plays on the field. Brain Covey, pretty much just a kick returner in the game. CJ Uzama is fighting for that tight end two spot. Jackson, Fred Johnson. Ben Van Sumeren, big fan in real life. In the game, not so much. Will Greer, Brandon Graham again last year. It says he's looking for 7 million, but most likely is going to retire at the end of this season. So, um, yeah, Rick Lovato, and then Jordan Davis. Yeah, pretty big thing. I'm thinking if he has a great year, I'm not going to accept his fifth year option. If he has a great year, what I'm going to do is decline it, and then hopefully I'll sign him for a much cheaper deal than what he would be by the time his contract is actually up. So that's a big thing for me. I'm thinking that's the route I'm gonna go. He does seem to like the Philadelphia market and his motivations, so that's a pretty big thing for me, and I'm kind of excited about Jordan Davis. Let's go over the team salaries though. Let's see what that's looking like. Yeah, so Lane Johnson's on a 2 year. He's 34 years old. I actually might be able to restructure his contract. If I am, that would be pretty huge because then I can have a little bit more money going into the next season. Let me check. Yeah, so he's able to be restructured. That's probably something I'm gonna put in chat later on in the season. But Lane Johnson got 2 years left. AJ Brown 6 years left. He's currently 27, so we're gonna have him until he's 33. Saquon 3, Slay 2, Myalata 5, Smitty 5, Hertz 5, Lando 5, Dallas 2, Chauncey Carter Johnson 3, 5 for Jake the Make, 3 for Jalen Carter. That's going to be a big contract. 1 for Sweat, 2 for Bradbury, 1 for Rogers, 1 for Graham last year, most likely. Again, 2 for JD. Bryce Huff with 3, Quayon 4, Reed 2, Coop 4, Gainwell 1. So yeah, the biggest things with this Eagles franchise that I'm going to need to look out for is the fact that I need to be able to like keep the cap space in a pretty positive way. Here's Keely Ringo. I didn't see him when I was going over the adjustment thing, but Keely Ringo, 22 years old. He got 94 speed, 68 man, not great, 75 zone, decent. So it's all about upgrading him and getting him to where he needs to be, and then he'll be a part of that trio of Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean as the future DBs of the team, right? So that's pretty good. And he does have interest here, which is great for us. But as I was saying, one of the big things about the Eagles team is that I am going to need to be able to just manage the salary cap, manage the play on the field. Our goals this season is, well, this cycle is to get a Super Bowl. Obviously, that's everybody's goal, but yeah, I think we have the team to do it. It's up to me personally to figure out that cap situation and how we're going to manage it going forward. So that's something I need to look out for um, with this team. If anybody's super interested about the league, I'm obviously rambling about it, but if anybody's interested to join the league, find us on Discord at RDFL. The league is ran by Madden Mark, so just reach out to him. Here's Jalix Hunt. I'm a really big fan of Jalix Hunt in real life, only because I know he's a rookie. I know he hasn't done anything. It's funny they don't have his college, but I know he's a rookie. What's weird about him in this game, though, and I think the Madden rating devs don't pay attention. His zone is a 58. He is a pass rusher. His zone is a 58. This dude used to play safety, and he was a zone safety. The reason he was moved to edge rusher in college was because he got bigger, right? So you move him to edge rusher. It's not because his zone was terrible. It's because he got bigger, right? So I think them giving him a 58 zone is absolutely robbery, right? Here's the linebacker room. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is my biggest fave right now outside of Dean and White. I'm a I was a fan of his dad growing up, so hopefully we could bring the Axeman Part 2 back to Philadelphia with Trot. And then the cornerback room is so loaded, bro. It's crazy. It is crazy. Like look at that. Yeah, but we got Quinyon Mitchell, Keely Ringo, Coop, Darius Slay being the mentor. But yeah, keep the cap space where it needs to be and just go out there and play ball. I want to know our storylines coming up. A huge storyline for this season is pass rush, and I know we need to upgrade at that position. I already put a breaking news in the Discord chat. It read pretty well for me, so um but yeah, we need pass rush and we need to play smart football. We need to, get out fast when it comes to on the field and everything like that. So I'm super excited for this league. But yeah, guys, that was the very first episode. Hopefully, if the Ravens user hit me back, then we can play episode 2. But until then, my name is Mikey, and I'll see you later.